Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to have a showcase of my new Whirlwind Barbarian that is based on the Purgatory armor build. For those who don't know, Purgatory is an armor that gives you 60% enhanced damage for every ethereal item that you're equipping. So you can see that based on every ethereal item, you can see my damage just shooting up whenever I equip this armor. It is an incredibly powerful kind of setup. It is often very expensive, especially if you do it later in the season, but it is very fun to build. It's a new approach to gear and kind of requires you to find items that normally you wouldn't have. So this is kind of the thing we were building in the background, and I really wanted to share this with you guys. Now, Purgatory is not exclusive to Barbarian. You can do Purgatory on many classes. Normally, the only two classes that don't have a build for Purgatory that I know of are Sorceress and Necromancer, but everybody else can use it. Amazons normally don't use it too, but technically they could definitely use it, like Jabzon can use it, so there's definitely room for a lot of classes to use it, is what I'm trying to say. And Purgatory, again, for every ethereal item, 60% ED, so it's obviously a very physical-based kind of build. We're going to do Whirlwind, but you can do it with Double Throw, Frenzy, Double Swing. All of them work with Purgatory. You can even do it with Leap Attack, but I haven't seen very good Leap Attack Purgatory builds personally, because the ability to use two weapons that are ethereal, you know, that's 60% more ED, and that's why we chose Whirlwind. Now, I've tested all sorts of weapons, all sorts of items. We had the halberds that I tested, and I even got these two amazing swords that I really wanted to showcase in this video, but after some testing, the Schaefer's hammers ended up being the best weapons in my opinion, so they're the ones I'm going to showcase today. And I prepared a bunch of super good jewels, so we're going to do like the whole jeweling sequence right here, right now, to kind of put all the new jewels in the gear. And then we're going to do some maps just to showcase the strength. I'll talk a little bit about the Merc after we do our own gear as well. So with that said, let's go into the build. And generally speaking, since we're using two Schaefers, we don't need like dexterity or anything like that. So I'm just gonna get rid of this, and I'm just gonna make sure that I have enough kind of like dexterity and everything to wear my gear. I'm gonna put some strength over here, and this is a build that goes max strength, like you don't use dexterity over here. I think I can't wear this right now. I only use it for pre-buffing. You can use other stuff as well. It's not very important to use it. I think I have a Hodo or something, so I can just use the Hodo for now. Hodo has a weird interaction with Wisp Projector for some reason, so normally I don't like using it, but it's okay, we'll go with this. So we're just going full strength. This is a glass cannon build, so full strength, no dexterity, no vitality. We will be maxing Whirlwind, that's our main skill. In Mastery, we'll be maxing General Mastery for the crit, the damage, the AR. We'll get all of our passives, the passive that we use. We don't use Deep Wounds in this setup. And we'll be maxing Battle Command. But every level of Battle Command gives you more enhanced damage, and at level 20 it also gives you plus real skills, which is good for you. So we're gonna do all that. We're maxing Iron Skin. It gives us a lot of defense, and also very important, it gives us PDR, and this is important for this build. We want some PDR because we are going to be very squishy otherwise. And lastly, we're maxing Frenzy. You at the very least want to have 26 level 26 Frenzy after you bow. The reason you want to have level 26 Frenzy is because it gives you more splash radius. So you can see it gives like increased splash radius. I don't know if, I can't show that it's slower, but if you get to level 26, that's what you want. So that's important. The rest of the points you can either put in combo reflexes, increase speed. You can do battle orders. I put them all into Frenzy, just to get like as much movement speed as I can from it. That's the most effective way to get movement speed, so that's what I go with. And that's what you do in terms of skill points and in terms of your attributes. Right, so full strength, pretty simple. Max battle command, max mastery, max iron skin, 1 point in the passives, and 20 points here. Dump the rest into frenzy. As for the gear, I'm going to unsocket my gear now. So we're going to get rid of these temporary jewels. And yeah, the ohms as well. We get rid of the ohms. So you guys can see like how much the damage is going to shoot up. Before we were at 8800 and 8600, something like this. So now you can see a lot of the damage is lost there. Like if let me go over here. So we're at 6500. Now we're going to add the jewels to the gear, and I just want to make sure for the helmet. I'm pretty sure that you put two stuff in the helmet, and they're like the left and right, and then you put the Zod at the end. Okay, was just making sure. It's always better to be safe than sorry. You don't want your items to look bad.
Impossible.
Okay, so we're gonna put 2 blue jewels in the helm and the Zod rune, and then we're gonna put 2 red jewels in a hammer, 2 peach jewels in the other hammer, and 2 green jewels and this tan or yellow jewel in the armor as well. So that's kind of the plan. Just to go over the jewels, look at these crazy jewels. 30 AED, 10 to 15 free mana after each kill. 40 ED, 90 minimum damage with 14 MF. 40 ED, 13 minimum, 70 free AR with some lightning damage. 40 ED, 15 minimum with 8 strength. We got over here for the armor, 7 FHR, 39 ED, 21 minimum damage. 40 ED, 20 minimum damage with some lightning damage. And 38, 19, 12. We made this in our jewel reroll video for people who watched it. We got this 40, 14 minimum, 94 AR. And we got this 39, 14 to 15. So we'll keep them matching in terms of colors. All these jewels are super crazy. You can see that I'm focusing on minimum damage. As a whirlwind build, I feel like the most important thing is that you one-shot everything in one spin. You don't want to be spinning back and forth. It really slows you down. So that's kind of the thing that I'll be focusing in my build. And I recommend you guys do the same, but of course, everybody does whatever they want most. So again, I'm just going to make sure that I'm using the right jewels on the right one. So this one is 344. So this is the better one. So it gets the peach jewels, the red jewels go into the other one. The blue ones go into the helmet, and this goes into the armor. Alright, so remember our damage right now with the auras, 7,700 to 7,500. Before we were close to 9k damage, and now we're going to restock with real jewels and see how the damage kind of improves. So 2 big jewels into the Schaefer, 2 big jewels into the other Schaefer. The helm are Veil of Steel. We're using Veil of Steel. The other option is using Halberds, right? That was definitely considering for the PDR and AR, but ended up not needing the AR. So new helm is our Veil of Steel. Puts a Zod in it so it does not break. We do not want it breaking. Very, very nice. And lastly, the armor. And the armor gets these beautiful jewels. Absolutely nasty kind of jewels. And yeah, let's put it in. And that's our gear now. You can see beautiful gear. So much minimum damage. This has 60 minimum damage, 28. This one is 29, and this one is 28 as well. And now let's go outside, see our damage climb up. I'm hoping this is above 9,500. And oh, I was not even close. We climbed up in so much damage. This is 12 and 13k on the minimum damage. This is absolutely insane. Now we can go over the gear real quick for the gear parts that you didn't see. I'm just so excited. It's the first time we're going over this gear. So, and I didn't even have my little spirit up, did I? So yeah, it's 13 on 13 then. And our AR is great. This is our sheet in terms of we have 36 deadly. Oh god, the res is good. Alright, this looks amazing. I can't wait to try this. I'm so excited. Anyway, about me completely losing it here. So our gear consists of two Schaefer's hammers. They're the reason we use Schaefer's is because of the insane minimum damage on the Schaefer's. They just have such good minimum damage, but also because of their static field, which helps us clean mobs very consistently. I really like the Schaefer's. They're really good. Other options are things like Doombringer, Grandfathers. You can use Warhammers, not Warhammers, sorry, the Ironstones. Is that Ironstone? I forget the name now. The one that has minus the physical resistance. I might be flubbing the name right now. But hopefully you got what I meant. So that's kind of what you use in terms of weapons. For the armor, of course, it's a Purgatory build, so you use a Purgatory. Helms, you either use a Veil of Steel or Halberds. You can also use some crafted ones, but generally these two are really good, and I really recommend going with them. More defensive option is the Halberds, gives you PDR, and more aggressive option is the Veil of Steel. For the belt, normally you'll be using crafted belts that have self-repair. Maybe ones with open wounds, they're not bad, or ones with just res or half freeze or something like that. Could definitely be good. I'm using a bed of skulls because, you know, kill me. You know, this is life. At the end of the season, you spend on the big items. For the gloves, we bought ourselves a 20 Deadly Strike. Gloves, self-repair. For people who don't know, these are vampiric crafted gloves. So you take ethereal gloves. It's quite cheap to do. You take like a skull, and then I think you combine them with a hell rune. Was it? Maybe I'm forgetting which one it was. Gloves. It's a yo rune. My bad. I was close. Wait, not you. You. Not co. Right. So you do it like this, and you craft them, and you can see you're hoping to get like a self-repair mod, 10 Deadly Strike. It gives you mana leech naturally, which is great, and you hope to kind of stick them with like self-repair and like an ED or Deadly Strike slams. That's generally what you're going for. Yeah, so this didn't work. I crafted a bunch of them. I crafted over like 250. You can see like generally you're looking for like self-repair, and then maybe you hit half freeze duration, you hit all res, you hit ED, Deadly Strike. These are the things you're looking for. So that's, or minus target defense could be good. So that's the things that you're generally looking for. So that's the gloves that we got. For the rings, I got like minimum damage ring. I've been experimenting with all sorts of rings. Some with faster run walk, some with ED, PDR, you know, min-max damage, AR. This one has like this is a ton of stats. But right now I'm trying like specifically this like faster run walk, min damage, AR, and some res. It basically gives me like enough res to kind of like, you know, just specifically get my res up and, you know, cap them properly. So I kind of like that. The other ring is a wisp projector, so you can summon your little Spirit of Wolverine. You can just use 2 damage rings. You don't need the wisp projector, but it's kind of nice. It's kind of cute. Like if I put another damage ring on, like I'm not gonna be sad about it. You'll see that like my damage will definitely enjoy it. Let me try and show it outside, I guess. I didn't do this. So you'll see that like damage wise, like there's not a big change. So I really like the Spirit of Wolverine. It also gives us, of course, that lightning absorb and that extra MF that I love. So Wisp Projector is great. For the boots, you can use a bunch of different boots. Mermans, War Travelers. If you have boots with CBF or half freeze duration and res, the main point is that they're indestructible. I'm using Mermans for the faster run walk. That's why I decided it is best. And for the amulet, I'm using Saracens with Cannot Be Frozen. It gives you res, gives you enhanced damage. You can also use High Lords as well, it's not bad, or other rare amulets. I personally think Saracens is the best option, so that's what I go with. For the charms are pretty simple. I have like 1 max damage charm. I'll probably replace it with a combat skiller, but I'm using combat skillers, some with faster run walk, some with life. It's mostly to get your faster run walk to a place where you're comfortable with it, because this is technically like it's a spinning build, but it is a build that relies on movement speed. So that's what I use for my Grand Charms, a Torch and an Annie. Very nice Torch and Annie, and the rest are faster run walk, max damage jewels, and one all resistance charm. Sorry, charm, not jewel. That's what we do on the charms. For the mercenary, normally I recommend Act 1 Merc, the Vigor Merc, but since I really want to get that minimum damage up, so I decided to go with the Act 2 Merc. It gives you attack rating, it gives you deadly strike, and he gives you, of course, that Pride aura and the Templars, which is an insane combination to get like a ton of extra damage. So Pride on the weapon, Templars on the armor, Vampire Gaze, and String of Ears for PDR and survivability, Life Leech, Drax as well for the Life Leech. You can use other gloves here if you want to give it more IAS, and Marowaks for the CBF for the mercenary. So that's our setup. That's the mercenary setup, our charms, everything you need to know. On the swap, I have a Demon Limb and the Heart of the Oak, which gives us more levels to our battle orders. You can use other stuff, it doesn't really matter. You can also not have anything here, that's also fine, but that's what we did overall. And now we'll demonstrate two maps, one tier 1 map just to kind of warm up. This is the first time I'm taking this build for a spin like that, as you can see. Like, I haven't done it yet with these jewels. I'm expecting it to be very strong, and yeah, I guess let's find out together how good it is. So tier 1 map, just to warm up, of course. Let's go in, and we'll go 1, 2, 3. Bow. Let me get this a little lower so it doesn't bother me too much. There we go. And the first thing you want to do once you start is you want to get a little bit of your frenzy charged up. So don't be shy, just charge it in the beginning and make sure to keep it up every now and then. And other than that, you'll mostly just be spinning around. I forgot to summon my spirit. Alright, we have it charged up, so now we can start spinning. And yeah, I'm expecting everything to absolutely crumble in the face of the spin. If you want to loot stuff, of course, stop and loot. But I don't think there's anything that's gonna coming in contact with us and surviving. Feels like even things don't come into contact with us don't really survive. Of course, the real test is gonna be in tier 3s. Yeah, that was an elite. And whenever you see an elite, that might be a good time to recharge your frenzy, because they're gonna need like maybe another hit or something. So you see, just like this, I stop for a moment my spinning. This one is physical immune, so yeah, unless you have amp, you can just ignore them. I think we do enough like damage for some reason for them to die, which is nice. wow. I guess that's for the video, right? Dropping a grandfather's. We'll of course slam that bad boy in a moment. So right now, without like trying to rush it or anything, it seems like our pace is good. Remember, as long as you don't drop your frenzy stacks, then you don't really have to recharge it at any point. And you really have a lot of time now after the buff to it. You have a lot of time to kind of spin about. You don't have to worry about the buff running out. Yeah, we're about done. A little bit over 4 minutes. Pretty chill experience for this map. So very, very nice. And we'll go ahead and slam this bad boy. Looks like it's alive, and we get attack rating slam, so not very good. We'll keep it here. Send those in. I think my maps are here. I'll run this this little, is it the one we want to run? Trying to think if there's a better map for me to run than Throne. I think I'd rather run Thrones. Let's see if I can reroll a Throne accidentally. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's see. We got 85. 147. There's a lot of minus resist. I should have probably seen that, but I'm not paying too much attention right now. Let me try and reroll a nice map, a nice fat map. Dulls, I'd rather not right now. Has a little bit of physical reduce, but that'll be fine, I think. Alright, so let's slam this. We got max life slam and cannot be frozen. So they'll be a little bit thicker than the usual tier 3. A little bit thicker, you know, 20 max life, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine. So let's go ahead and do a tier 3 map demonstration. And see if this bad boy can really hold its own in the big league. Hopefully we don't die. They have some crushing blow, some scary stuff there. Summon our spirit. We charge. And after a few stacks that you charge, like it becomes a lot faster. But the first few stacks are a little slow. Alright, we got the thing charged. It's time to start spinning. And you really want to avoid 20 max life. That is not what you love to see, but it seems like things are still kind of dying. Make sure to keep it up. There's the stone skin. Gotta take the moment to kill him. And for the people who wonder why do I not run any amp source, amp is great, but I couldn't find a clean way to get amp into this build. I have tested like an Act 1 Wrath Merc. I've tested Act 2 with Reaper's Toll. I tried like an amp blade. I tried Atmas. I really don't like Atmas on this build. Like the amp from Atmas is really not that good, and it's such a low chance to proc. So I've tried a bunch of things, and I just ended up with this being the most consistent one. So that's why I ended up choosing it. Yeah, of course, if you enjoy having amp, or if you like it more that way, you can always, you know, do it your own way. There's some early here. Something that I kind of forgot to say, and I also forgot to do, when you're running Purgatory, you need to re-equip it after you swap gear. Like if you like bow if you're a swap or something like that. The reason you want to re-equip it is because Purgatory, when equipped, checks like checks the gear that is equipped like before it. So you want to equip Purgatory last, but when you swap gear for some reason, I don't know if it's just like a visual bug in the sheet damage that changes, or if it's like your actual damage is lower. But it shows like your damage is lower than what it should be if you don't re-equip it. So it's just something that I've noticed. If you actually know how it works, and maybe I'm getting it wrong, make sure to let me know in the comments. But that was my understanding, at least, that like since your gear checks for armor before it checks for weapons, then you want to re-equip it if you swapped or something, or if you just logged in. We got a nice unique ring over here from India. Oh, didn't die. Here we found a pair of ethereal gloves we can craft with. I always like collecting them now and like looking for another pair of like really good self-repair F gloves. That way you're saving yourself a vial. As you can see, even though we're like a... Ooh, sorry. I stopped paying attention for a moment. And I dropped my little frenzy stacks. It is 7 a.m. right now, so that can happen in 7 a.m. Might be a sign that it's been too late. But, you know, gotta get some good mapping done before you go to sleep. Alright, this one is physical immune. So I'll leave that guy be. That was our map, okay? Very, very nice for running a map that has like 20 max life, you know, on a character that really doesn't want to see max life. I think that was pretty solid. We got that unique ring, and it's a dwarf star, 49 life, only 4 absorb, sadly. And we broke it anyway, so it doesn't even matter. 13 max, try res, 52 AR, 5 life leech. If it had PLR, it would have been a really, really nice ring, but just like this, I don't think so. Anyway, this is my Purgatory setup. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any opinions, tips, thoughts, or things you want to say about the build, make sure to say it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. We are getting closer and closer to SSF8C on Monday, so I'm probably going to do one showcase of like my Season 11 cast before I depart to SSF. And yeah, till then, have a good whatever you're having. I'll see you in the next stream or in the next video. And bye bye bye.